Welcome to the Crime Chronicles. In this video, we delve into the shocking murder of 18-year-old bride Amber Lynn Caldwell on her wedding day in Burnsville, West Virginia. Burnsville, a small, isolated town tucked deep within the Appalachian Mountains, was the backdrop for a gruesome tragedy that unfolded when Amber's dream of a perfect wedding was shattered by a brutal killing. What caused this horrifying event? A dark secret, uncovered at the worst possible time, changed everything. Amber Lynn Caldwell was born and raised in Burnsville. She had recently graduated from Braxton County High School in June 2018, just weeks before her wedding. Unlike many of her peers, Amber had no interest in college or finding a job. Her sole focus was on planning her wedding to her much older fiancé, Darnell Ruddick, a 52-year-old local mechanic. Despite their significant age difference, the couple had made headlines around town. Amber, known for her fiery personality, had earned the reputation of being a bridezilla, as her friends often described her obsession with every minute detail of her big day. Amber's relationship with her father, Jimmy Caldwell, was complicated. Jimmy, a local businessman and Amber's sole caregiver after her mother passed away when she was just 10, tried his best to meet his daughter's extravagant wedding demands. But Amber's intensity often led to heated arguments. Neighbors gossiped about how controlling she could be, screaming at her father for hours when things didn't go her way. Amber's relationship with Darnell was similarly volatile. She was known for being possessive and jealous, frequently accusing him of cheating without solid evidence. In the days leading up to the wedding, Amber seemed more stressed than usual, with some friends noting that she had become even more erratic. There were whispers that she had discovered something about Darnell that left her deeply unsettled, but she continued to push forward with the wedding plans, determined to have her fairy tale day. On the morning of July 29, 2018, just hours before the wedding, tragedy struck. At around 7:15 a.m., Amber's lifeless body was discovered outside her family's cabin, located on the outskirts of Burnsville. Her father, Jimmy, found her in her white rehearsal dinner dress, soaked in blood. Amber had been brutally attacked, her limbs nearly severed and deep wounds covering her torso and head. It was a scene of unimaginable violence. Jimmy Caldwell, typically known for his calm demeanor, was in a state of shock as he frantically called 911, screaming, "My daughter is dead! There's blood everywhere!" First responders arrived within minutes, but it was too late. Amber had already succumbed to her injuries. The murder weapon, a blood-soaked firewood axe, was found nearby, leading investigators to believe that Amber had been attacked just feet from her family's cabin. Detective Laura J. Henson, a seasoned investigator from the Braxton County Sheriff's Department, arrived at the scene and immediately recognized the severity of the crime. The brutality of the attack suggested that this was a personal, rage-fueled killing. Amber had likely known her killer. As the investigation unfolded, suspicion quickly fell on Darnell Ruddick. He was brought in for questioning, and while he claimed innocence, his alibi, that he had been drinking at a local bar after a fight with Amber the night before, didn't hold up. The bartender at the hitching post didn't recall seeing him that evening, and Darnell's calm demeanor during the interrogation raised further red flags for Detective Henson. Despite his claims that he had no involvement, police continued to focus on Darnell as a prime suspect, particularly due to the tumultuous nature of his relationship with Amber. As rumors swirled around Burnsville, the once quiet town was gripped with fear. What had Amber discovered in those final days that led to her death? Was it Darnell, driven by anger, or someone else close to Amber who had a darker motive? As we continue to uncover the truth behind Amber Lynn Caldwell's murder, one thing is clear: Burnsville would never be the same again. Detective Laura J. Henson received a crucial tip from Haley Junn Jennings, a 19-year-old close friend of Amber Caldwell. Haley had been at the Caldwell family cabin the night before Amber's death, but had been too frightened to come forward earlier. Finally, the weight of the town's grief prompted her to break her silence. Haley revealed that on the night of July 28th, Amber stumbled upon a shocking scene. Her 52-year-old fiancé, Darnell Reck, and her father, Jimmy Caldwell, were caught having sex in a back room of the cabin. Amber, furious, disgusted, and heartbroken, confronted both men, threatening to expose their secret affair to the entire town. In a conservative place like Burnsville, such a revelation would have caused a scandal, damaging the reputations of both men. Darnell, already Amber's groom-to-be, was a well-known figure in the community, and Jimmy, a respected businessman, had even more to lose. Amber, known for being outspoken, had no intention of keeping their secret. Haley further disclosed that Amber had been drinking heavily that night, which only fueled her anger and determination to confront them. This new information gave Detective Henson and her team a strong motive for Amber's murder. She knew too much and had threatened to ruin both men. Following Haley's consistent account, the investigation zeroed in on Darnell, who was already a prime suspect, and Jimmy, who had so far avoided significant suspicion. The police now had a clearer picture of the events leading to Amber's tragic death, but they still needed more concrete evidence to make an arrest. During the trial, Jimmy Caldwell was at the center of attention as the prosecution emphasized Darnell's fear of exposure as the motive for murder. The prosecutor explained how Darnell not only took Amber's life, but also shattered the trust between father and daughter. As the prosecutor, Michael Daniels, spoke, Amber's family sat in the front row, visibly distraught. They had been hoping for justice, and the trial gave them a chance to face the man responsible for their loss. On the other side, Darnell's defense attorney, Sarah Jennings, a 35-year-old known for her calm demeanor, argued that Darnell acted in self-defense. She claimed that Amber had become aggressive and threatening after discovering the affair. Jennings portrayed Darnell as a victim, trapped in a complicated situation with no escape. She even suggested that Jimmy Caldwell was the true culprit, manipulating Darnell into the relationship while keeping secrets from his daughter. As the trial unfolded, emotions in the courtroom ran high. Amber's friends shared memories of her hopes and dreams, making the loss feel even more tragic. The jury listened carefully, and tension mounted. On December 10th, 2018, after days of deliberation, the jury reached a verdict. Darnell Reck was found guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison. The sentencing left the courtroom divided. Some felt justice was served, while others believed the punishment was too light given the brutality of the crime. As Darnell was led away, Amber's family felt both closure and sadness. They had lost a daughter, and the scars of this tragedy would linger in Burnsville for years to come. Meanwhile, Darnell's life in prison was harsh, and Jimmy Caldwell left town, unable to face his neighbors after the scandal. Amber's friends, led by Haley, honored her memory by creating a scholarship in her name. The community came together, holding fundraisers and memorials, determined to remember Amber while vowing to never let such a tragedy happen again. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. We dive into the most intriguing and shocking crime stories each week, and your support means the world to us. Until next time, stay safe and take care of yourself. See you in the next video.